feel connected. That is my mind, my heart, my hands. And that's a first for me. I'm in the midst of some life-changing decisions, and when I began the work, I was struggling. I now feel calm. The changes are taking place. They're just taking place in time.
The way that we can rise to meet the winds of change is by really staying sensitive to the inner changes that are taking place. Another way we can rise to meet those winds of change is just to drop what no longer works. It worked for a while, a certain lifestyle, a certain profession, a certain work role perhaps worked for a while, but it doesn't work anymore. So we have to redefine who we are and who we are becoming, and to stay sensitive to that. And I think that that's the only way I've learned to deal with the winds of change.
I think that my involvement with the expressive arts classes is like a grounding experience for me. I was laid off from my job in mid-April, and I always go back to my artwork when I'm going through changes, trying to figure out the next phase of my life and what I want to do next. And art for me is like, it's just a grounding experience, and it makes me come back to my soul, come back to who I am. It's like breathing. If I didn't do art, I would stop breathing. That's what it feels like to me.
When I began working with collage, I rediscovered my love of working with my hands as a way to release deep emotional turmoil from early in my life. Collage I have found to be one of the deepest forms of art therapy. In addition to learning a new artistic skill, I loved creating something totally new and connecting with other artists who were just as passionate about this art form. Having this creative outlet and being in community with other artists feeds a part of my soul that had been starving for people who spoke and understood my language, the language of art, the language of images, the language of symbols and metaphors. So it has really opened up a whole new realm of consciousness in my mind and in my work. I can highly recommend it as a way to work through deep emotional issues. Expressive arts have played a huge part in my personal life and development. And in my own exploration, I have found that visual art, especially my work with collage, has been instrumental in producing a profound personal transformation in which I have needed to stay very sensitive to the changes in my own inner landscape. Very often the outside situation and the inner feelings have been at odds with one another, and I've had to listen through the expressive arts to what my inner world is saying to me. Visual art allows me to become aware of what is authentic and what is inauthentic, and most importantly, to drop what no longer works for me in my life.